That's called jnanam. He got the information how let the fire be there. Even when the fire being there, how not to get attracted to that or not to get given more attention to that usage, because that fire around you will be there around you only. It will never come to you to destroy you. Why do you have fear? This jnanam will come to you in the dhyanam and bhakti. The fire, when it is around you, you are always scared, not because the fire is around you. That which is around you can come to you, will burn you, is the fire, is the fear. When you have the jnanam of the Ishwaratva, the fear of the fire not coming to you will be revealed to you. So being among the fire, by experiencing the fire, but not identifying or not getting attached to the fire or attracted to the fire, and not experiencing the fire, not using the fire for my benefit, is called bhakti, so that I will get eliminated from this and I will get liberated from this experience. So long I use fire for my facility, I have an attachment to the fire. So long I have fear of the fire, I have got attachment to the fire. Now both these have to be lost. In order to lose both of them, I should understand neither the fire can burn me, nor I want to use the fire for my benefits, is called renunciation. When you have this renunciation, you identify you are liberated from the fire, is called survival. Or automatically the survival is there. Automatically your survival is there. You are unnecessarily getting entangled with your body, mind and environments and getting scared of the fire, of the sharira, mana and the activities and pains and pleasures of the world, and thinking that you have to take care of this always. So you have fully 100% total time is occupied only on utilizing this fire and fearing this fire of, what is this fire? Representing the body, mind and activities of your emotions, is called the fire in your life. That which is utilizing, either you are utilizing them or you are scared of them. So you are unable to get the mukti from them. In order to get the mukti, the love, as I told you, identification of love, where it is not sold or bought. When it is not sold or bought, the consciousness is aware of the existence. So the survival of you is to survive the existence. To survive in the existence. Survival issue means your survival means exactly to survive, to be in the existence is called survival, not survival of the body. You understood? So this is called bhakti. That bhakti has to be created. I extend my love, project my love to all. Because that is the Ishwaratva. Where? Why I do extend my love? So that I don't create a hatred in my mind. So that I don't get turbulence in my mind. So that I don't get any agitations in my mind. So that I do not create any restrictions or limitations in my mind. Where I do not have an identification of me and others. Like as I told you, the Maharishi, he doesn't have an identification of I and others. So when this projection is done, even if the words are used, as I told you, even for the Maharishi Durvasa, who is supposed to be having anger, what we call it as anger, but he also projects only that identity of love. Neither he loves himself nor he loves others. What is that love? That's called the universal love. Love is not intentional. He loves means it's an intentional love. He loves. That means it's an individual capability and restricted to that he. Here it is not there. It is love only. It's not he loves. So he doesn't project. What is he projecting? Even Durvasa is cursing, as I told you. That curse itself is again a blessing. What is that blessing? Blessing is the projection of love of Ishvara. It is not Durvasa doing it. It's a projection of love from him. He is doing that in order to create that peace and love of the universe. The peace and love of the universe. There is no identity. When there is an identity and identification, then only one creates an emotion. What we do in the Kali Yuga is only an emotion of love. This can be tampered with, this can be reduced, this can be increased, this can be measured, this can be eliminated, this can be brought, this can be bought, this can be again modified, this can be stitched, this can be destroyed. Then what is love? Is it not? All this can be done with the love, what we mean as love today. Is it love? Spirituality doesn't call this as love. It is only an emotional expression of your egocentric ego, of attachment towards the material world. Is why this experiencing can be done only in the material world. You will undergo this. You have to undergo this, yes. And like I am talking to you today, like you are understanding today, that this love is only that material love. That's why it is known as material love. Bhautika, when I call material, we call it as, it gives me a different meaning. Actually, this is the problem of the language. Let me call it as Bhautika Sukha. Then the total meaning is changed. Understanding is changed. Bhautika Sukha. Bhutas, where the Pancha Bhutas are there. What is the world? What do we call it as material world? Bhautika Bhutas, where the Bhutas are there. Which are the Pancha Bhutas are there. The Pancha Bhutas are the creation of Maya. In the Pancha Bhutas is the one where we are living. So in Pancha Bhutas, whatever you are experiencing is the result of creation of these Pancha Bhutas. Is called emotion. Bhuta. Bhuta. Bhuta is that? Is a result that oriented, that is created. So in the Bhautika, it means where the Pancha Bhutas are existing. That means when Bhautika, Adhyatmika. Bhautika is that the periphery of the world, and Adhyatmika is the middle of the world. It's called Bhautika and Adhyatmika, Atma. So the Bhautika is that experiencing externally. It's called Bhautika. That means even if it is in the Ishwaratva, why it is externally? Bhuta, Pancha, Bhuta, Bhautika, and middle is the Adhyatmika. Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. Now Adhyatmika is the middle, Ishwaratva. From the Ishwaratva, the projection is there, is Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika. The external periphery of this, the Ishwaratva, is Adi Bhautika. Because Ishwaratva is consisting of all this. Even materialism is a part of the Ishwaratva. Understood? The Bhautika, the science of Bhutas, Pancha-Bhutas is also the Ishwaratva. So, when you are traveling if you are being in the Adhyatmika, if you have to be in Adhyatmika, your Jnanam should be complete. In the sense, your Jnanam should be complete of Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adhyatmika. Has to be completed, then only you have got the Ishwaratva. You understood? Now it is much clearer. So is it different? Materialism is different? No. It's a projection. You understood? It's a projection. Now, again an example for that, to understand it better. Yes. When a lamp is burnt, there is a flame. Okay? Flame. Adhyatmika. Okay. Around the flame, immediately around the flame, nothing can go there. Adi Daivika. Yes. Little away from the flame, Adi Bhautika. So, one which is nearer to the flame, the periphery nearer to the flame, have more of the temperature of the flame and light of the flame, less of the attraction of the Bhautika circle, that means the external circle, more of this. Inside is nothing will go there. It's only flame, nothing else. Anything goes to the flame is finished. So only flame will remain. Always only flame will remain, because nothing else will remain, because it will burn everything. Is it not? So Adhyatmika has no change. Clear? Let us leave it. Go to the next point. That which is weaker will burn there. That which is stronger will survive.